So, you've decided that the Mesa Boogie triple rectifier or dual rectifier is the only tone for you. So, can a pedal absolutely bring you all the characteristics of those absolutely stunning amps? Let's find out.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yo guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, if you're old school, you know what we're about by now. It is a guy sitting in his studio who is kind of a massive guitar jerk nerd, who likes to talk about stuff, all guitar related stuff, but it's mainly gear and stuff. So if you ever see me out and about on clinics or at gigs, please come and say hi. Anyway, today, can a company capture the essence, character and soul of one of the most fabled high gain amp tones in the universe, which would be the dual or triple rectifier by a Mesa Boogie? And TC Electronics seems to think they can. So this is the little guy. It is the dual rec from the ampworx series of amps or amp pedals. So this little fella will set you back about 130, a dirty 130 of your English pounds. God knows what that would be in dollarinos or euros, but it's £130-ish. Which I would have initially thought would to be a bit of a bargain. But now I think it's an absolute gift. So I've been playing through this a little bit. And it does absolutely capture all of the gooey chewiness of a triple rectifier or dual rectifier by the Mesa Boogies. And it's really quite good. So I think what TC Electronic have done is they've thought, right, well, people are selling models of amps. So can we take the model of the amp and can we load it onto a pedal, which is what they've done. It is very, very good. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to run through just some of the things that the pedal does, and then we are going to talk a little bit about it, and then I'm going to play through a demo. The demo is going to be 3 different use cases for this particular pedal. It will be into my, I don't think you can see it over there, into my Fret power station, which gives it all of the tubey tubey power ampy goodness that this pedal requires, kind of emulating what it'll sound like in the Effects Return of your favorite amp. Then what we're going to do is we're going to run it from its initial output, which is that guy. So that's the one with the DI. It's the one with the cabinet emulation on. And then we're going to kind of hear what it sounds like with the cab emulation. Then we're just going to run it direct out with no cabinet emulation, and I'm going to add a triple rectifier and a Marshall 412 in 2 notes wall of sound, which would be the rig I would use if I was using a triple rectifier plugin to get massive tonage. Features of this pedal are that you get a pre and a post boost. So pre kind of acts like a tube screamer. Post, it will give you a 5 to 7. It seems like a 3 to 5 dB boost for solos, and that would be your little boost pedal. So that will just give you either tube screamer vibe, or it'll be your channel volume. Or it'll be your boost of your channel volume. The thing I really like about this pedal is it's kind of like it's kind of like digital amps. So where you put your pedal, where you put your buttons, when you move to a different channel and fuck with the buttons, it remembers where the buttons were for your last preset. So when you go back, you're back where you are. So the buttons actually don't mean anything. So I can show you that and I can go, right guys, that is my preset for my big old fat rectifier tone. But it actually might not be that. Now it's a blessing and a curse, because now I don't know what my actual settings are. So if I was you and you hit this pedal, get your perfect tone, take a photograph, and then fack with it. And that works for both channels. And if you've got your boost on a channel, remember that the boost is on. That's pretty good, because that means I've got now 2 discrete channels that have got 2 completely different EQ settings and gain stages and levels and volumes and everything. So it's really, really good. So that's kind of the best thing of digital in this pedal. And the fact that it will run out in tandem, so I can run to the back of my favourite amp, which would be the Laney IRT, and it sounds monstrous through the power section of the Laney IRT. Then I can run a DI with a cabinet emulation into, I don't know, say a delay pedal, like a digital delay pedal, a stereo delay pedal. This then goes to front of house, and this goes to my amp. So I have a stereo wet dry wet rig, all off the one pedal. That's a really good idea. Well done, TC. And then it's got a global presence control, which is really good on this type of amp because presence is God. And as you can see, I think that's my preset. I think that's kind of my settings for the tones that you're going to hear in a bit. So yeah, very, very good pedal. I'm not going to go to the ins and outs of it. It sounds great, and TC have done a great job doing that. So go and have a look at that. But 130 sheets are not a bad thing. So what we're going to do now is going to go and listen to the mix. So there's going to be 4 elements to this mix. There's going to be power station or power amp of your power section of your favorite amp. Then there's going to be the DI with a cabinet with the built-in cab emulation, which is a Celestian Cab IR, which is pretty good. Then it's going to be DI with my cabinet emulation on. Then I'm going to put it all in the mix. So mix 4 will be how I would take those 3 sounds and how I would separate them. So I think I've got the mic'd cab in the middle, the real cab, which is, I think I'm running a G12. I've mic'd up a G12 from the Marshall 212 through the power station. Then on the left is the DI with the cabinet emulation on, built into the pedal. On the right, it's the DI with the 2-note wall of sound. So that's how I've got that massive sound. I agree. So let's go and do that. That's the pedal. I think you should check one out. They also do a JCM 800, which is called the Jim 80, I think, or the Jim 800. And they do a 5150, which is called the 5050, or the 550. If they're as good as this, absolutely epic. If I want just one sound, I would go for these. These are very, very cool. If I want multiple sounds, I'd maybe go for something like the Tone X or maybe a modeler like the Helix or something. But for just, I want a triple rectifier, and I don't want to spend triple rectifier money, and I have a great amp already, these are not a bad idea. Right, so let's go and listen to those 3 mixes. How you will identify the mixes, I will tell you basically with a little document. Sorry if I'm a bit snotty. It's absolutely freezing in the UK at the minute, hence Glover wearing long sleeves. I've still got shorts on though. Let's go do that. So we're going to hear them in a plethora of different options. So let's go grab a piece of that pie, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great Christmas if you don't see another video from me before Christmas, which I'm sure you will. But if not, have a great Christmas, and I will see you guys in the next one.